This is something that you don't want to screw up. Hey guys, welcome to the channel for Non-Techies, and in this video I'm going to answer a comment that I got in one of my videos. The comment was from Canon, who writes, "We want to go an entirely new theme for our company. Our current site is a patchwork nightmare," sadly that's so common, "and just needs a complete overhaul. New theme, complete 301 redirects," we're going to talk about that in this video, "for all the straggler links, and then flesh out the site by taking content we want from the old site to the new. How do you recommend doing this?" Well, I'm so glad that you asked this question in the comments, because I'm going to answer it in this video. Just so you know, I do read those comments and I respond to as many as I can, and I try to turn them into videos just like this one. So this is actually a common thing that happens a lot, where you have a site, maybe you made some poor decisions with the tools you used in the beginning, or maybe it's just time for a refresh. Maybe you used the theme and the developer doesn't support it, or you used a builder that's no longer being used. For whatever reason, it's time to get a new website. So the first thing you actually just need to decide though is, do you want to start fresh and anew, start with a clean installation of WordPress and start putting the building blocks together, or do you want to take a copy of the existing website and start from that? Once you've made that decision, we can start going through this 5-step process to converting over your website. The first thing that you're going to need is a staging area. This is an area separate from where your website is currently, where you can work on the website. You have 3 options for getting a staging area. The first one is to install something called Local Lightning. I've made several videos about Local Lightning, and I'll link to it down below. And this is going to enable you to install WordPress on your local computer. Your next option is going to be using staging from your web hosting provider. We're so lucky that the web hosting providers these days provide staging as a feature for your web hosting account. The 2 hosts that I recommend here on this channel is SiteGround and Cloudways, and both of them do this beautifully. And this is usually a good time to evaluate your web hosting choice and maybe make a change. I have links to both of those hosts down below. But don't worry, if you're not using a host that offers staging, or you don't want to use your web host's staging feature, there's another way, and you would basically be setting up a subdomain. Let me show you how to do that right now. Now, even though I have staging as a feature with my SiteGround account, sometimes you might just want to create a subdomain. A subdomain is treated as a separate URL. Let me just show you how to create one, and then you're probably going to better understand it. So on SiteGround, I would click on Websites, then I'd click on Site Tools. Inside of Site Tools, I would click on Domain here on the left, then I'd click right here where it says Subdomains. Here is the option where I can create a brand new subdomain. So my main domain is trymyfunnels.com, and so I can click right here and put something in front of that. In this case, I put the word staging. So the website address for this staging area will be staging.trymyfunnels.com. Now all I have to do is click on Create, and here's my confirmation that it's been created, and there is the URL. So next what I would do is install WordPress there. So I'd click on Install Application. Then I'd scroll over here to choose what I want to install. And the first option here is WordPress. I'll select that. And then when I scroll down, I want to go where it says Domain. I need to click here and choose that subdomain that I just created. So I'll click on this. Then I would add my username and login that I want for this site, put my email in, and then click on Install. What's even cooler is the way that you do this on Cloudways. You don't need to create this subdomain and all that kind of stuff, because when you add a new WordPress install to Cloudways, they give you this long temporary URL that you can use. So here's where I created that application in Cloudways on my server, and you can see right here where it says application URL, and it has this nice long URL. Well, they generate these URLs that you can use, and you can basically use that URL to develop your website. Now, the next step in this process is to migrate your website if you want to start from a copy of the existing website, or install WordPress. Now, you just saw me install WordPress. Let me show you how quick and easy it is to migrate a website. On your website, that existing one that we want to use as a starting point, where we want to copy the information across, log in and go to Plugins, go to Add New and click on that. Then here on the top right, enter the word WP Vivid, one word. You're going to see it right here. Click on Install Now. Click on Activate. Once you activate it, it's going to take you directly into the settings, but there's also a new settings option here in the left. Now what you're going to want to do is click on this big blue backup button. All right, my backup is completed. When I scroll down, you're going to see I have this backup right here. Now, since we have this backup, it's on the site we're replacing, we need to download it to our computer. So I'm going to click this option right here where it says download, and it's going to download it directly to my local computer. Oops, I always forget. Then you have to click the actual download button. I do that all the time. Okay, no, it's hard to see here on the very bottom left, but the backup has been downloaded to my local computer. Next, what you need to do is go to that new website install, that new WordPress installation, and basically follow the same steps of installing WP Vivid, and then we're going to upload the backup. Let me show you how to do that right now. You just saw how to install WP Vivid. So on the new site, once you've installed it, you'll go over to its settings, then you'll scroll down and there's this option here to upload. Click on that, and then right here where it says select files, you're going to want to upload the file that was just downloaded to your computer. I just selected that file. I'll click on upload. Once your upload is complete, I get this little message here in my browser saying the upload has completed. I'll go ahead and click on OK to make that message go away. And then you should see a backup, which is what you just uploaded. Next, what you're going to want to do is click right here where it says restore, and it's going to take this backup and then it's going to replace everything on this site with that backup. And to start that process, all you have to do is click right here where it says restore. Now, the next step is to just start building out your website. You already have a fresh installation or a copy of the existing one, and we've set up a location that is separate from the world that you can start building, playing around, testing, and trying new things. If you are curious which theme to choose, one of the ones I recommend right now is called the Cadence theme, and I'll have a link to that in the video description down below. It's a completely free theme. If you're choosing a builder, there's a whole bunch of great builders out right now. For most websites, you might want to consider using the native WordPress building tool called Gutenberg. That is very capable. I have a video tutorial on that. There's also Elementor, which is free. They also have a pro version. That's really good. And there's also Divi, which is very popular as well. And there's another solid one called Beaver Builder. I have links to all of these in the video description down below for your convenience. Okay, step 4, super duper important. This is where people mess up, and it has to do with redirects. You have to get proper redirects in place. When you have an existing website that's going to be replaced, every single URL on that website, I'm talking about your about page, your content page, these types of pages on your existing site. Well, on the new site, once the existing site gets replaced, there must be an identical URL there available. It has to match on the new website. In cases where you can't have an exact matching URL, you need to set up a 301 redirect. Let me show you how that's done. Setting up redirects is, well, there's lots of different ways of doing this. I think the best way of doing it is in your SEO plugin. Since you're making a new website to replace your existing one, one of the tools you probably want to reevaluate is which SEO plugin are you using. I strongly recommend using one called Rank Math. It's completely free. I'll link to a full tutorial I did on this. Now, Rank Math has this redirection feature built into it. Let me show you how to set up a redirect using Rank Math. But like I said, there's a full tutorial that you can watch if you want to know all the ins and outs about using Rank Math. So I already have it installed here, and you can see there's a menu option here on the left. And when I hover over it, there's an option here that says redirections. Now, to create a redirect, this would be from your old URL to a new one. You'll click right here where it says add new. Now, in the first part of what we are doing, we will enter in right here the original URL, and there's a very specific way that you need to enter in this URL. It won't be the full URL. So in my case, this is a URL on my website. You can see right there, it's WPCrafter/contact me. That is a URL in my website. Now, if I wanted to say change this on the new site and just have it be contact, this is how you would fill this out. So for the source URL, I need to get rid of the domain name and that slash. So I just need the page part of it after the domain name. That is all that I need. Next, down here where it says destination URL, here I have to put the full URL to the new destination. Let me fill that out to show you. Here it is. So what I've configured in this redirect, this is the old URL, WPCrafter.com/contact-me. That's the old URL. And on the new site, it's going to go to WPCrafter.com/contact. And this is exactly how you have to format it on your website. I know this concept might be a little complicated. You can ask any question about it in the comment section down below. Now, if I wanted multiple URLs from the old website to point to this new location, I can add additional source URLs that I want to redirect to this new destination that you see right here. It's very flexible on how you can implement these. Now, under redirection type, you're going to want this 301 box highlighted that says permanent. Next, you're going to want to go here where it says add redirection. Click on that to actually create the redirect. And now you can see right here the redirect information, the from, where it's going to, the type. You can see how many people actually landed on this URL and got redirected to this one. And you get to see that information right here. It's super important to get your redirects right because over time, Google is aware of all the URLs on your website, and Google doesn't really like it when you change those without letting Google know. What will happen is any search engine rankings you have, you'll pretty much lose. Also, anywhere on the internet or any of your social media channels or in emails where you've given a link to someone, those links might not work anymore because there's no redirect to take them to the right place. This is that one important step that most people don't fully understand and don't do. You might be hiring someone to do all this web stuff for you and they don't even understand this. So you really want to make sure that you have the redirects in place. Now, the fifth and final step is to migrate this site to the permanent domain name. Now, I've already shown you in this video on how to install WP Vivid. It's free. Make a backup, download the backup, and then upload it to the new site and restore that backup, which is essentially doing a full complete migration. So you're going to need to do that again in this part. But I don't think I need to show you that again. However, I do need to reveal two things you don't want to miss, and this is kind of like a bonus. And these are mistakes that one of them actually I made, and it was quite embarrassing. So let me show you what those are right now. This is so bad. I was doing a website for someone, and there was one thing I didn't check, and they ended up losing their Google rankings for a period of time. And that's the reading settings inside of WordPress. So if you go to settings and you go to reading, there's one little checkbox. You see this down here at the bottom? Search engine visibility. Well, I migrated the site across with this box checked. And what this does is tells the search engines, hey, do not index any of the content on your search engine. So if someone's searching for me, don't even tell them I exist. That's essentially what this checkbox being checked tells these search engines. And I delivered a site with this box checked. The guy was upset. But, you know, you learn through making mistakes sometimes. So whatever you do, make sure this is not checked and then click on Save Changes. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do, and this is always a good idea to do after a migration, is to reset your permalinks. You would go under Settings, click on Permalinks. From here, you would scroll down and simply click on Save Changes. So those are my two little tricks or things that you don't want to skip, and one of them being very, very embarrassing, but that's life. So, hey, that's that's how you do it. That's how you switch your site out, and that's how you do it safely and with the comfortability of being able to work on the site and take as much time as you need without it affecting the current live site. If you feel like you have any questions about this process, let me know down below. Hey, thumbs up on this video. It's going to help me out. I really appreciate it if you do that. And be sure to visit the links that I've put together for you in the video description box. So links to the hosting services if you were thinking of switching hosting services. I'll put a link to that rank math tutorial. I definitely recommend that you check that one out. Hey, that's all that I have for you in this video. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.